Hello everyone and welcome for another draft here at the Metabase. Today I'm playing Vintage Cube, which is one of my favorite sets to play ever. You can look for the Metabase website as well as the YouTube channel and Facebook page. Links are down below in the description, and of course there's plenty of other content creators that do super interesting things, so feel free to check that out too on the Metabase YouTube channel. Now onto the draft. So Vintage Cube is about having fun and doing sweet things, I believe. Skullclaim is probably the strongest card here. I do like Through the Breach a lot. I love to build decks with Through the Breach. Nemesis is decent. Noble Hierarch is pretty good too. Honestly, Skullclaim is great, but I don't really want to draft a deck with a bunch of cheap creature. I just wanna one-shot my opponent with Through the Breach and whatnot. This is what I like to do. Wormcoil Engine is interesting, as it's a card you can cast, it's fine to cast it, and then it's fine to Through the Breach if you don't have anything better to Through the Breach, because you'll sack it at the end of the turn. I guess, yeah, at the end step. And then you'll get the 2 tokens, so it's a fine option. Usually I kinda like Through the Breach in blue-red deck, so Remand and Steam Vent are also interesting options. I think I do like Steam Vent more than Remand if I want to try to maybe play blue. Fixing is pretty important. I don't know. Engine's fine. I think we'll pick Engine, yeah. Again, I kind of like the fact that, it's a castable card that's pretty good, and that happens to be fine with Through the Breach. Maybe if you have just one more mana, you're just gonna Hardcastle Wormcoil Engine, but you can easily imagine some scenarios where you'd rather Through the Breach it. Progenitor is not the best thing to Through the Breach. I mean, you deal 10, but that's not really gonna win you the game. Wake might be the best card here. There's a Chain Lightning, which is fine. Cheaper involved. Chase is decent. Eureka is interesting if we really want to go deep into the put some fatties to the battlefield theme. I kind of want to pick that. Again, not the strongest card, but I'm here to have fun and do crazy things. And I believe Through the Breach and Eureka are pretty well designed to do that. Both Opposition and Bribery are sick cards. But I might just end up picking Sylvan Caryatid because it's a very good piece of fixing. I think Ancient Grudge is extremely main deckable in Vintage Cube. Any piece of Artifact Removal I will most likely main deck, which is not something I would do in Legacy Cube. Silumgar is decent with Eureka. You can, make them play something big and then steal it. I'm just gonna go with Caryatid, and it will be some type of green-red ram deck that tries to either hardcast big things or cheat them onto the battlefield with Through the Breach, Eureka, maybe Sneak Attack and whatnot. A couple decent green cards here. Song is not bad. I'm not gonna pick it. Elder I really don't like, actually. It's a card I don't think is very good in Vintage Cube or even in Legacy Cube. It's just a little bit too slow and clunky most of the time. Thoth, probably the best card here. We could have been building a pretty sweet blue deck, but playing blue control is, it's fine, but it's not the funnest thing you can do. Xenagos is decent. It can add some mana. It's a fine card. It might just wheel. I believe the Avenger might be the best option here. Okay. A thick-speak Zoraga Speaker is pretty good news, as it is one of the best, probably just the best one-drop in green Ram decks. Then Protector would be fine, Mortars could be decent, but we'll just pick the Tree Speaker. I don't think Tarmogoyf is very good. Mid-range creatures, it's not really what you want to be doing in this cube. Don't really want Burst Lightning or Zergo. We might not even play red. I mean, maybe we just end up, mono green ramp. I think I'm gonna pick Traverse, which is fine. Yeah, I've been fairly pleased with that card. Like, getting the Delirium, especially if you are mono green ramp, is not really easy, but it's kind of cool that early in the game it's going to give you a land, and even if you are not a dedicated deck, later you will sometimes just have Delirium no matter what, and you can get a finisher or something. I kind of like Copperline Gorge, but Search for Tomorrow is like great too. 3 close. I think it's gonna be Search. It's also fixing and acceleration, so kind of like that. Nothing I will main deck here. Magus I think is a solid sideboard option. Revoker 2. Sacred Foundry, I guess, if we end up playing some white somehow. Could be fine. Like, we could be playing Mirari's Wake, maybe. I think we passed Mirari's Wake, though, so it's not something that we'll get. Port is also fine in Ram decks, because you have more mana, and constraining your opponent's mana is sometimes quite valuable. I think I'm just gonna pick Port. I guess Massacre Worm as a sideboard option to Eureka or Through the Breach against an aggressive go-wide deck of some sort. Seems unlikely, but I don't think I'll play any of the other cards, so... Okay, Chain Lightning Wield. I don't mind cheap removal. I guess since we picked Eureka, Progenitus kinda got better. It's also a decent target if we get Natural Order. I don't like Master of the Wild Hunt. Again, mid-range creature, not really where you want to be in Vintage Cube. It's not even a question of having fun. It's more like you either want to do busted things or have a good control deck or be extremely aggressive, but a mid-range creature that doesn't do anything when it enters the battlefield is just not where you want to be, I believe. Snagos, nice. Ooh, both Protector and Mizum Mortar's Wield. Kind of close. I believe Protector is slightly better. Okay, well, we did get a decent amount of good things. Ooh, Channel. I'm picking Channel every day of the week here. Channel Eugene would be nice. I don't think this is gonna wheel though. Witness could be a nice card to wheel. Awakening Zone's decent. Burning, not really what you want to be playing in a green ram deck because you have a lot of mana dorks. Pretty good if you have Artifact Ram though. But yeah, Channel is the nut. The actual factual nut. And Channel makes you wanna, put some Eldrazi in your deck. And we're actually fairly happy to put Eldrazi in our deck because we already have Eureka and Through the Breaches. Like, it's just great. Hopefully we can get some. I'm not a big fan of Equipment and Swords. Again, in Vintage Cube I want to do things a little bit more radical and powerful. Cobra is decent. It's not crazy. It's a fine accelerant, though. I don't think Copter is going to be great here. Iona, I guess, is an option with Eureka. Not very good with Through the Breach, though. Nah, I think it's just Cobra. If we want more fatties, we want these fatties to be colorless so we can cast them with Channel. And I don't think we'll need more fatties than, these 3 guys plus 1 or 2 Eldrazi's. I'm not a big fan of Deranged Hermit, it's fine. I believe Bolt might just be better, it's just so cheap and efficient. And this might just wheel. Okay, no Eldrazi. Simulacrum's pretty good. Having some colorless spell, even if they are not super powerful, also makes Channel better because you can randomly, maybe turn 2, imagine you channel Engine plus Simulacrum. It's not game breaking like an Emrakul or something, but it's decent. Slime is fine too. I believe I like Simulacrum slightly more though. I guess there's a Thran Dynamo too, which I should be definitely considering. Yeah, channeling Thran Dynamo is kinda good. And this let us hardcast at least Avenger and Engine fairly... Yeah, actually Dynamo is pretty good here, I believe. Ooh, Sneaky? Sundering Titan would be very good too. It's like really close because Sundering Titan is really strong with Channel. and Through the Breach. I wish I could, pick both. Sneak Attack is actually not looking that good right now. I think we're supposed to pick Titan since we have Channel. Probably not gonna play Progenitus, by the way, unless I get a natural order. Oh, it's really close. I wish I could have taken the Sneak Attack. I don't think it's gonna wheel. Who knows? I mean, since we already have Channel and Through the Breach, we might be the only one at the table trying to, cheat gigantic things onto the battlefield, so maybe, but seems a little bit unlikely. Alright. What's up here? Not match. Also the Druid not gonna be good here, as we will be playing some cheap Metadorks, and it's not something I want to cut at all. I guess it's a sideboard option against an aggressive deck with a decent amount of creature. You can just side out all your small creature and put Oath of Druid. This seems unlikely though. Spirebluff Canal, I don't know. I don't really have any card I would want to splash for right now. Yogwill is the sweetest card here, but it's not looking like we can use that very efficiently. Guess I'm gonna pick Canal in case I get some good blue card. This fight is pretty bad for us too, unfortunately. There's a small chance we play Garruk. I really don't like Tanglewire. Heartbeat of Spring, Courser of Crufix, Reclamation Siege. Siege is great, extremely main deckable again. Now since you already have Grudge, it is not as necessary, so maybe we should just pick Courser. Playing Heartbeat, if you are not winning right away, is quite risky. Not a big fan of doing that. I don't really like Heartbeat unless I'm playing Storm. I guess we'll pick... I don't know, Sage might be better. And we already have Grudge. Well, let's pick the Courser. Awakening Zone Wield, okay, cool. There's a chance we play Copter. Right now we don't really have a ton of way to activate it, so not looking great, but maybe. Strike is just really not where I want to be. Regrowth, who knows? Well, we already have Den Protector, which is kind of better. Lavlaclaw Riches could help us cast Garruk maybe, so I think it might be fine option. Grim Tutor maybe, who knows. Painful Truce is actually fine if we end up splashing black. I don't believe this card is good at many deck, but this is a deck in which it could be good if we end up, playing some Gent ramp. Right now I just want some Eldrazi. At least one. Don't really care which one it is. We are not gonna play Dark Confident in deck with 8, 7, maybe 10, 11, 15 drop. That doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound like a good idea. Oh jeez, man. So Library of Alexandria is potentially one of the best cards in the cube. In some game it can even be better than Ancestral Recall or even Black Lotus. It is crazy. We kind of really want Ulamog, but I don't think I can afford to pass Library. It's just too strong. Like Library turn 1 wins 90% of the game. It is crazy. Yeah, hopefully we can wheel Arbor Elf, maybe Ulamog, who knows, but Library is just not. Okay, Stomping Ground is fairly appealing. We could Dark Dweller Channel, the combo. Deliverance would actually be a better artifact hate for the main than Grudge, but not picking that here. What I'm really considering is actually Monolith or Ground. Monolith pretty good. I think it's gonna be Monolith, and hopefully we'll wheel the Ground. But yeah, there's a decent chance we do wheel it since the Couple Line Gorge pack 1 got very late and wheeled. Fairy Confluence is great. I think as far as fatties go, we'd rather have Yulamog over Crater Hoof, mostly because of channel. And I think we are gonna pick Yulamog, yeah. Kinda like it's a Signet and Confluence, but... Prime time. Sure. That's a pretty good one. Kinda works well with Through the Breach too. You can randomly Through the Breach at prime time on turn 5 and then attack, you get 4 lands, and turn 6 Hardcastle Yulamog maybe. Sounds like a decent move. Sylvan Library is pretty good. Like, card draw is kind of important and quite good here. Card selection. Bayou could be nice, but it might just wheel. Elves of Deep Shadow. I can definitely use some more mana dorks, and one that produces black might even be more interesting than any random mana dork. Cool. I'm not really sure it's worth splashing Garruk. We do have Traverse the Ulvenwald, Elves of the Deep Shadow, Lavaclaw Reaches, and I guess Search for Tomorrow as pieces of fixing. And Garruk is pretty strong. Maybe it's worth it. I'm not sure about the port. Like, I'm gonna be playing 3 colors most likely with some double green. I don't need a lot of red or black, but playing 2 colorless lands seems a little bit greedy to me. I'm gonna pick Withered Foothills here. I don't really need more things. Like, Gearhulk is not very good in this deck. I mean, it's fine, it's just not really what we want to do. It's not necessary. Blood Braid Elf. I guess hitting Protector or Grudge can sometimes be bad, but otherwise, you know, it's just a good card. Most of the time, I would assume. Do we main a Grudge? Maybe not. Seasons Past. Seasons Past might be a little bit too greedy. And we have enough playable. I believe we'd rather just pick Spellskite for the side against Splinter Twin and whatnot. Against Burn, it's pretty good too. Okay, Deliverance is a card I'm much more happy to main deck, but the fact that this is really a bad hit from Bloodbraid Elf means I will probably just leave it in the side. I will play some more Mana Dorks, I believe. Confluence is good, very good, but I just want to have a light splash for red. I don't really want more than what I already have. I don't want a double red card, basically. Thractus, nice sideboard option. Wall is decent too. Not gonna main the kit though. Now, what are we cutting? Jeez. Well, we have a ton of artifact hate in the side, which is nice. Honestly, I kind of want to cut the Garruk. I think we have enough power in the late game. We cannot use it with Eureka. Oh, it's permanent. Never mind. I completely lied. Yeah, then it's a little bit more appealing, I guess. We can probably leave Thractus in the side. And maybe Bolt. Like, I don't really want to interact with my opponent. This is not the plan. And then we'll add 1 mountain. What the Why? This is not even 13. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let's imagine we do that. This is probably too much red. We don't need that much red. We don't need more than 1 black. And this would be 9 green. 9 green is a little bit light, actually. I'd rather have 10 to really make sure I can cast that channel on turn 2 when I need to. 6 red plus the Traverse and the Search. I think we can go down to 3. We are just lightly splashing for red. And that's gonna be the deck. Kind of a Junt rampy cheat creatures into the battlefield deck. It seems good to me. It looks interesting, if anything. And we have a bunch of very good sideboard options. Like against Artifact deck, we can just bring in a ton of things. We have some decent option against aggressive deck, burn deck, with those walls and the Thragtusk. So I kind of like how this is looking. In any case, that was a draft. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and see you for round uno.